Research reveals fewer children in Georgia getting vaccinated for illnesses like measles. According to the Atlanta-based CDC, vaccine rates last year for kindergartners in Georgia were around 89%. That's 3% lower than the national average. Atlanta News First anchor Sydney Stallworth is live near CDC headquarters after speaking with doctors who say they are tracking the trend of more parents in Georgia opting out of vaccine requirements. Sydney?
Well, Tracy, that's exactly right. And this new data from the CDC shows that almost half of the states in the country have vaccine exemption rates that are high enough to threaten herd immunity, and Georgia is one of them.
Questions around safety, questions around vaccine efficacy. Is this something worth protecting our children for? And so that has definitely led to people seeking out non-medical exemptions, especially.
The latest numbers from the CDC break down kindergarten vaccination rates for the 2025-2026 school year. Georgia is one of 24 states where vaccine exemption rates are now over 5%. Georgia's vaccination rate is now 89%. That's slightly up from last year's rate, but still under the 95% immunity rate needed to ensure herd immunity from diseases like measles. Adam Krause, the director of pediatrics at Mercy Care, says Georgia's stats are a cause for concern.
As part of my position, I track where outbreaks are occurring to see the risk in our local area. And we have, we're bordering with South Carolina that's had over 600 cases this year of measles. And unfortunately, the reason why measles is always in the news is because measles is the most contagious infectious disease in the world. And so it doesn't take much for us. Very few people need to pass on the vaccine in order to cause outbreaks.
The new data also comes on the heels of a sweeping executive order from President Donald Trump that sought to reshape the federal guidance on childhood vaccine, including splitting up the combined dosage of the MMR vaccine.
I have seen a lot of concern and skepticism around measles, specifically the MMR vaccine, and that's based in the conflation of autism being caused by this vaccine. We have proven time and again that autism is not caused by vaccine, specifically the MMR vaccine.
Remember, only states can legally change school vaccine requirements. Nevertheless, Atlanta parents tell us they're well aware of the shifting shot recommendations at the national level.
So we believe on keeping our kids up to date. We make sure to look at the backdated CDC recommendations as well, because we don't necessarily trust some of the newer recommendations that are coming out.
Also, according to the latest data from the CDC, Georgia has a 5.1% vaccination exemption rate. Only 0.1% are for medical reasons. That's the very latest from here near the CDC headquarters. I'm Sydney Stallworth, Atlanta News First.